Hey Scrubs, this is Retro, and this is going to be a video. This is part one of maybe 3 videos that I'm going to show you guys how to build your own mod list. It's going to not be crazy bonkers, you know, completely game-changing. It's basically going to be a next-gen version of Skyrim for 2021. I'm going to show you exactly how to install all of these mods, where to get them from. If you've already seen my previous 2 mod videos in this series, which are how to set up Mod Organizer 2 and how to install Script Extender, you're all set. We can crack on with this video. So you should already have the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch installed if you followed those 2 previous videos. This video is going to be split up into 3 chunks. The first chunk is going to be on these quality of life mods. The second chunk is going to be on landscape overhauls and general overhaul texture mods. And the third chunk of this video is going to be about weather. So for part 1, you're going to need to install Modern Brawl Bug Fix, Fuzzrodo, Sky UI, and Alternate Start mod. Now, I'll have links to all of these in the description. Go and download these 4 mods now, and then come back here once you've completed it. Do not install them yet. The reason why, let me maximize this, the reason why the status of some of these mods says uninstalled is I had them installed and I uninstalled them to show you exactly how to install them again. Once they're downloaded, we're going to start off with Sky UI. Double click on it. You can give it a name. I would recommend you just leave the names as they are. You can see that it is installed as it appears here in our left window. However, it's not currently active because we haven't ticked on the box. We go over to plugins. We can't see it here because it hasn't yet been activated. If we activate it, we can see that now it is an active plugin. Okay, excellent. Let's go back to downloads. Next, we're going to take Fuzzrodo. It's a silent voice which allows mod authors to create dialogue in Skyrim without having to use audio. They can just play the silent voice and then give you a line of dialogue as text. Great for modders, lots of modders use it, and you need it for some of the alternate start, live another life options. Now this is going to be the next install. What this allows you to do, live another life, is very quickly skip Helgen, the Helgen introduction, and get straight into Skyrim. And you can actually choose, I'm not going to get into details here too much, but you can choose different starts of your character if you want to be an Imperial, or you want to be just a normal merchant, or if you want to start off with owning a house in one of the holds, you can do that with this mod. Let's get Modern Brawl Fix as well. Excellent. Skip over my words. Beautiful. Now, all 4 of these mods that I've told you to download are installed. We will click on one. You can either click, if you want to select multiple, you can click on one, hold Control, and click on the others. Or you can click on one, go down to as far as you want to go, hold Select, left click, and it'll highlight all of them now. Enable selected. There you go. Beautiful. Wonderful. Right, so you've got these 4 selected. Let's go on to part 2. Okay, so starting with the basic, not the basic, but not the quality add-on, the SMIM, the static mesh improvement, we're going to take this and install it. Also, the bigger the files, you can see here I've got a mod that is 9 gigabytes. That's going to take a bit of time to install, so I might cut that out. Now, static mesh improvement. This is an FO mod installer. This is, you'll see this a lot with quite a few mods. So what's going on here? We're going to name it static mesh improvement. We're not going to mess with that at all. Leave that as it is. Main installer choice. You've got a couple of variations here, but for what we are doing, we're going to go with Skyrim Special Edition, and we want everything. Install. Give it a minute or 2 to install. And there we are, we can see it in the left pane. Now we're going to take the quality add-on for that mod, the static mesh improvement quality add-on, which just updates a couple of the textures to make them look a bit more metallic. It gives them a lot of reflective sort of surface. It changes the look to a bit more of a metallic look I saw in some of the objects. So grab that, install that as well. Now, the next one, the big kahuna, the big kahuna, the 9 gigabytes. This is Skyrim 2020. It's a bit of a beast. If you have a weaker system, or even if you have an average system, this might be something that you might want to look to get a different mod instead of Skyrim 2020. I can recommend some. I would say, if you have a look at my environments mod video that I did way back about 4 or 5 months ago, that has a great overhaul mod, and the name escapes me. I feel so bad. I remember it's from John Skyrim, but that mod would be a great replacer if you didn't want to have high-res textures, because it is 9.5 gigabytes. The textures are quite thick with double C's. So yeah, I can link you guys an alternate for this, but I'm going to use this because I want mine to look like it was made for PlayStation 5, quote-unquote next gen. So we're going to install Skyrim 2020. If you're installing this mod, it does take a while. It's a beast. Be patient with it. Excellent. Now give Mod Organizer 2 a second to get back on its feet after installing that beast. There we go. We can see it's now in our left window pane. Okay, so we've got Skyrim 2020 installed, SMIM and its add-on. Next thing we're going to take is all of the Project Clarity things that I've got here. So we've got statues. If you're wondering what some of these mods do, Static Mesh Improvement makes it so that a lot of the meshes that Bethesda use look flat in 2D. Static Mesh Improvement makes them look a lot more realistic in 3D and less like 2D images. The Improvement Quality add-on changes some of the materials used for those, and the Parallax by the Skyrim 2020 Parallax mod is basically a complete texture overhaul of lots and lots of stuff in the game. You'll see that when we have a look at Whiterun Street before and after later. It'll blow your mind. Okay, so what I like to do is think about it like layering on a cake. This would be our bottom layer, Static Mesh Improvement, and then Skyrim 2020, and then these are very specific textures that I want in my game. So here we've got textures for the creatures redone. These Project Clarity mods come in either high res or standard res. Okay, that install's nearly complete. That was a big one as well. A lot of these Project Clarity installs, these texture mods, are very big downloads. I've got the high-res version of all the downloads. You might just want to go for the half-resolution version. And you can see that while I was talking, I also downloaded, or while the mod was downloading, sorry, while the mod was installing, I began downloading the Project Clarity armor at full resolution also. Now that clutter's done, let's move on to clothing and jewelry. And finally, the last one in the Clarity that we're going to use is the Clarity armors. Okay, with that installed, let's take 3D landscapes next. Excellent, that was painless. These much smaller mods aren't going to take 4 or 5 minutes each to be installed, which is a godsend. So now we're going to take Enhanced Vanilla Trees. Lush and Large is my personal preference. You might want a different tree. I'm going to take the Enhanced Vanilla Meshes. Now, do I want Enhanced Tree Clutter? I'm going to say no to this because I've had a couple of issues where I've had floating foliage. I'm just going to leave that as is. This option will pre-install generated LODs made for the optional tree billboards. This option is for users who are not generating. I would say yes for you guys, do this now. I'm going to install the pre-generated stuff. However, I will probably, after this series is concluded, reinstall Enhanced Vanilla Trees and put in my own billboards. Landscape fixes for grass. Let's take that. Okay. And finally, Fluffy Snow. There was one mod that I forgot to unhide, and that is the Cathedral Concepts Landscapes mod. This is where we're going to get our grass from. So we're going to install this. Is it going to have an FO mod installer? Yes. So full install. Johnny Wang. Grass landscape. Yeah, we want full install brown. Do you want the green tundra or the brown tundra? Do you know what? We're doing a vanilla plus, so we're going to stick with brown tundra. Brown. Default blended road style. Blended roads. Install that. And there we go. Now, we have all these mods that need to be activated, so click on the bottom one, all the way up to the top. Hold shift down and click on static mesh. Right click and enable selected. So here we can see what this basically means is the lightning bolt and the minus means that this is being overridden by something else, and we can see what's overriding it if we click on it. If we click on something with a plus, we can see what it overrides. If we have something with a plus and a minus, we can see what it's overriding as well as what it's being overridden by. Now, I want fluffy snow in my game because I like the aesthetic of it. However, I can see here that it is being overridden by landscapes cathedral concept, because this also modifies the same texture. So what I'm going to do is drag it to the bottom, and now I'll get all the stuff from cathedral concept. However, I'll get my snow from fluffy snow. Now we can see that it overwrites these two mods. Okay. Now, here, these are all installed. I need to clear these so I can show you the next bout. So if you want to clear these like I do after you do a round of installation, instead of them having installed next to them all the time, you right click and go hide installed. So this will remove all installed downloads from this list, but they're still on the disk. That's fine. Okay, before we conclude today, we're going to sort out some of the weather. We can see right now that we are currently at 19 active mods. We go over to plugins. We can see that we have 15 plugins active, of which one is an ESL, which means that it's not counted towards the official limit. Excellent. Right, so downloads. Okay, here's the setup for our weather, and we're going to start off with cathedral weathers. Cathedral weathers and seasons install. Excellent. Now we're going to take Supreme Rainstorms and its patch for cathedral weathers. So what do you want to do here? You want to rename and call it Rainstorms Patch. Ethereal Cosmos, which is a retexture of the sky. Twinkle Subdued, simply because I am planning to use an EMB and show an EMB installation at the end of this series, and I can't stand EMB twinkles. They drive me nuts. Storm Lightning for SSE. Skyrim Special Edition. Yep, that's fine. Ooh. We're going to install it as an ESL. Excellent. Didn't know that was an option on this. So we've got a couple of options here for the lightning that happens in storms. Halos. I like the halos, don't I? Halo off does make it look kind of darker. I think if you're going for a sort of Dark Knight moody aesthetic, that's a great one. But I love the way the sky pops when these things crack. Halo with dimmer lightning. I'm going to stick with halos on. I like the way it pops and lights up the sky. Daytime sheet meshes. Okay, in the day, do you know what? I'm going to keep it the same. Nighttime forks. Oh, they're just so beautiful. We're going to keep everything here at its normal value with all the effects on. Install. Excellent. And one last one for weather. Obsidian Mountain Fogs. Oh, God, you are going to love this. Install. And we're done. Click on the bottom one, go up to the top that's not enabled, hold shift, left click, right click, and enable selected. Absolutely beautiful. Your landscapes and weather should be mighty fine now. So next video we're going to look at character textures and overhauls, how to make the NPCs not look like they're made out of Play-Doh, as well as texture and mesh sets for the weapons. This is the end of video 1 in the Modlist tutorial series. If you found this informative or you're following along, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps somebody that is new to modding or is unsure of safe mod lists. I'm hoping that by the time we're done with this in 2 or 3 videos, this is going to be a sturdy as hell mod list. We're not going to put anything in there that's going to throw a wrench in the works and cause Skyrim to have a panic attack. Anyway, like, subscribe. Have a great day. Peace.